And a really old one.
Yeah.
From the Civil War, basically.
Why are they going back?
They have to back. This is like their parking place, so they back out.
They could also make the train go front.
Well, there's not to make
You
a
want it
loop
to go
around
this
here.
way?
There's not really enough to make a big loop around.
It can't really go this way.
There we go. We're ready to roll.
Thank you.
A little bit of history while we're on our first leg of our trip. 1832. Anybody remember that year? I was about 5 myself. 1832. The state of Pennsylvania, or Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, chartered the Lancaster to Portsmouth Railroad. Does anybody know? I know you know where Lancaster is. Anybody know where Portsmouth, Pennsylvania is? Anybody? It's not that far. Only 8 miles from here. Otherwise known as Middletown. Used to be called Portsmouth. So they chartered that railroad to be constructed. They had crews going from Lancaster, crews coming from Portsmouth or Middletown, and they met here in Elizabethtown. They came across 2 large bridges made of diabates. Anybody know what that is? Otherwise known as ironstone. That's the name. Ironstone, very hard material. They said, look, man, it's going to take us a while to blast through this stuff. You know, we ain't got time for that. Just go around. So they decided to go around the 2 ridges of ironstone while it takes them to blast through that stuff. This railroad bed we're on is the original bed put here in 1835 when construction started to go around that ironstone. For those on this side, on your left, coming up ahead here in about 10 or 15 seconds, you're going to see a stone wall. That stone wall is hand-cut ironstone that they placed there as a retaining wall to hold back the soil. That stone wall's been there since 1835. It's all original. There's no rebar, no wire, nothing. It's just placed there by hand.
Oh, I see.
And the old phrase, they built it the last years ago? There you go. Okay, so in 1835 they began construction. They went around that first ridge on the west end of the town. No problem going around that west ridge. They kept to the east ridge, they couldn't do it. They couldn't go around it. So they had crews coming from Lancaster, they got to these Elizabethtown. Crews from Portsmouth got all the way to the second ridge. And they already started using the railroad as they're constructing. They're using it as far as they can go. So you get that second ridge, you couldn't get around, so everybody would have to get off the train, get out of the wagon, get them across the ridge, and get on the second train on the other side of the ridge. They did that for 3 years until they finally blasted through an 850-foot long tunnel to that ironstone, which was right along pretty much where the track is right now. If anybody familiar with Elizabethtown, there's the Mount Tunnel Cemetery. That was right along the original tunnel that was built in the 1800s. They used this track for about 3 years during that time period until that tunnel was constructed. And then eventually the state of Pennsylvania chartered the Philadelphia to Columbia Railroad, and the Pennsylvania Railroad built the Harrisburg-Pittsburgh Railroad, eventually purchasing this railroad section and the one from Columbia to Philadelphia, and had the entire western state of Pennsylvania. Now on our right-hand side, you're coming to the Harrisburg Covered Bridge. This bridge was originally built in Paradise, Pennsylvania. It was originally a double-span, double-arch bridge built in 1844 for a total of $1,867. It was reconstructed about 90 years later for about $90 more, actually. About a year, not too bad. It was a historical landmark, and it did go in disrepair, and the owner could not take care of it, so he made an agreement with the owner of this property to purchase it for $1, providing he would restore it. So he brought it over here piece by piece, the entire bridge. All the stone you saw underneath it is all original. That section is only one half of the bridge. It's about 99% original. There's only a few boards in the roof that were replaced. All the rest of the wood is all original. It was just restored. The other half of that bridge we still have because we're adding another 2.5 miles of track. When we do so, it's going to loop around. It has to go over a creek in which we're going to be adding that second half of that bridge to go track to go over the bridge, the creek. So this train will actually go through the second half of that bridge. Pretty neat. We're getting a water tower built, supply water for our tender. We have a turntable that's being constructed right now. For those who don't know what that is, that's a big platform which we put the engine on, spin it around. Where you got on at that platform, right outside in the field out there, is going to be a turntable place there. It's being constructed right now as we speak. We're getting more cars. We actually have another passenger car coming in about a month or so. That's coming as well. And we're about to enter we're coming real close to our train shed. This train shed was built by reclaimed wood from historical buildings that were too far gone to restore. But all the wood is all old timbers from old buildings. The doors are massive. They weigh over a ton apiece. So if you can see the doors inside these doors. Just a breathtaking building. It looks beautiful. They completely restored all wood and built this whole thing into several buildings that they use to build this thing. This is where we store our train inside. While we're not using it, we do maintenance in here as well. When things change a little with COVID-19, hopefully it'll be over soon. We can give you guys tours of this building as well. We just got the whistle. That means you may get up and lift your seats.
Depending on what the situation is. Now, we will actually be able to tell who the engineers are by the way they blow the whistle. Everyone must use the same designations, 1, 2, 3, or whatever, but each engineer has a little bit different set of feel on the string for the bell or whistle. So, anyone know what we call a railroad train in railroad language? Because we don't call it a train. Anyone? Yell it out. It's called a consist. So, if you want to prove to all your railroad friends that you're a railroader, you say, I wrote a consist today. And they're going to go, wow, you must be a railroader. This consist has 3 types of equipment on it. We have an engine, number 331. We have a car called the Pioneer car, and we have the Lincoln funeral car. So the consist consists of, not to be confused with consist and consist of, 2 totally different words out of Webster, 3 pieces of equipment today. The engine is known as an American type of locomotive with a real arrangement of 440. The reason it got the name American because from the 1830s up until the 1900s, that was the most equivalent engine manufactured in the United States. Our engine up front is a waste oil burning engine. The wood there is strictly for ambiance to make you think it's a wood burning engine, but it doesn't burn wood. It would take several quarts of lumber to keep this engine rolling. Now the engine was built in 2008. It's also an exact replica of the engine used at Promontory Point, Utah in 1869. Now what happened in Promontory Point, Utah in 1869 instead of the Mormons? One more here, please. railroad. The first time you could cross the U.S. and train from coast to coast. Before that, you had to walk, take a Conestoga wagon, or a buckboard. Anyone want to guess how long it took you to cross the United States before the Transcontinental Railroad? 6 months. All right, they get the gold star for the day. Yeah, 6 months. When the train came around, that took it down to anywhere between 6, 7, or 8 days. Why do you think there would be a disparity on the amount of days it would take to cross the United States? You know, back then in the Midwest, the buffalo herds were in the hundreds of thousands. And when they started to cross the railroad tracks, they didn't know about trains. They didn't care about trains. They cared about grass. And as long as there was enough grass to keep the front of the herd moving, they would move fast. If there wasn't enough grass, they would move slow. This train many times had to stop and wait for them. The next car in our consist is the Pioneer coach you're sitting in. And this is a faithful reproduction, board by board, of a car used in Chicago, Illinois, east in 1836. Now these nice comfortable seats designate that this car was used for third-class service. So I'm sorry, today you're not being treated first class or second class. You were in third class, but we will try to give you that first class feeling. If this was third class, you would have been a car shop, a gambler, a traveling salesman, a lady in the evening, or someone bringing some chickens to market. So you can imagine, since deodorant wasn't invented then, all the men had suits on, all the ladies had long skirts and other undergarments on. The fragrance in this car was something to write home to mom about. But it was the way that you lived back then. So, the last car is the Lincoln car. Now, it started out as a Lincoln car and became the Lincoln funeral car. The car was designated to carry President Lincoln around towns, cities, and his constituents so he could visit the people that voted for him. It was designed and built that way to be a very luxurious passenger car. It was to be completed, and his final approval was going to be on the morning of April 15th. Well, on April 14th that night, he went to Ford's Theater for a show. What happened at Ford's Theater that night? He was assassinated. Good, people know your history here. So I got to be able to tell you the truth, you'll know for sure. All right, he was assassinated. So Mrs. Lincoln, the White House, and the Congress decided to repurpose the car to the Lincoln funeral car. Now, they took out a wall or two so they could get the casket in and everything else. And also on the trip to the president's final resting place, his son was taken out of the ground in his casket and put in the car with him on the trip back to Illinois. Now, the train left from Washington, D.C., where it is in the Capitol, all the way up through here, right on this very roadbed that you're riding on today. And actually that engine, 331, that number was the number of the engine that took the President Lincoln from the Philadelphia, Harrisburg area. Now along the road, there were thousands of people that looked on upon this. Anyone want to guess why the train never went south of Washington, D.C.? Because it was a Confederacy. They just lost the war and they weren't about to pay homage to a president and taking away their way of life. When we stop here, you'll have one whistle. You'll be able to get up and you'll be able to tour the car by walking out the back. Please take some time, come up your sleeves and in the back.